Greetings everyone and welcome to Kenshi. In this series I will be attempting to assemble a team of warriors specialized in animal hunting. So we're going to do like small squad, polearms, crossbows. Probably going to get like 10 or 20 people together, form up a little band. We're going to go hunt every type of animal in the game, and then move on to hunting the most dangerous of prey, the various faction bosses, if we can manage it. Time to warm up by dying horribly. Yes, Crow, that is another potential outcome of attempting to start this series, is we might just die horribly off the break, in which case we'll just try again. But the early game, when you just have one character, is the hardest part. So that's where things can go the most wrong. So to say, why are we so freakishly tall? Oh, it's just Greenlanders. Greenlanders are just freakishly tall. Okay. So, we're just going to take this here default character, maybe to randomize the hair so we don't have the silly mohawk. Yeah, we'll just take randomly short hair, that's fine. Okay, so, welcome to the border zone once again. Our first priority, I know we're supposed to be hunters of game, but without a crossbow or any armor, that's just not going to happen. So, we begin with crime. The secret ingredient is crime. Because this house, for whatever reason, never has anyone that owns it. So we'll just come in here and grab the valuables. That cactus is not actually particularly valuable, that's fine. I also come here for the early lockpicking EXP. So there is a chance that, you know, we get captured or caught in the future, and it's always good to have 10 or 20 in lockpicking, so that you can get out of cages and stuff. I have been soft-locked by being put into a cage before. It is no fun. Okay, kind of a dud today on getting valuables out of here. That's okay. We'll just grab a bunch of other random stuff off of the shelves. Can't pick that up. Yeah, we're basically encumbered. Okay, to the bar with our ill-gotten gains. To pick up starting cash. We'll keep the chew sticks, that's food. Everything else can be sold. Which brings us up to 1,700 cats, which is currency in this game. Oh. So we can immediately get ourselves a junk bow. And they do not... Oh wait, they are selling the correct kind of ammunition. Grab like 4 things of ammunition. And then we're basically out of money. We're down to 230 cats. Just not enough to do much of anything. Alright. There's still a few items we can pick up off of the ground. Actually, more than a few. So we'll take all of that. You can't pick that up. Oh, I see. Empty rum bottles are surprisingly large. Who would have thought? Fine. Okay, and that's our last bit of starting area salvage. It's time to get a move on. There are bigger crimes to commit, I mean bigger types of game to hunt. Okay, that got us 50 cats. That was not worth the time spent on the action. Shouldn't have bothered. Is it this side that we need to go out? No. Alright, our plan is going to be to travel east toward where the border zone intersects with Skinner's Roam. In this area over here on the map, there's a way station, which has a particular robot shop, where once again we will reveal the secret ingredient of getting our starting funds. It's definitely not crime. The question is, do we get attacked along the way, and did I buy a med kit? I did not buy a med kit. So we absolutely cannot afford to get cut or tapped by any enemies as we travel. Remain ever vigilant on these horrendous switchbacks. Just kind of checking the path ahead with the camera. Aha, over there. Super hard to see. Group of starving bandits. It's exactly what we didn't want to encounter this initial part of the run. So they were over there. Where did they go? Oh, they're still milling about. Oh, and good. We're auto-pathing away from them. That explains everything. There's somewhere we could stop along the way. Just this junky little old holy... words. This junky old holy military base. Which has some weapons. We can find, yeah, a ninja blade. Oh, wait, even better. Mercenary club. Perfect. Oh wait, they both have, yeah, they both have. So the main thing, we want the mercenary club because it has armor penetration. I know it has a penalty to animal damage, but we're going to have to work our way up to animals. Armor penetration is super useful, basically at all stages of the game. So if you can get specifically a mercenary club, it's a good pick. You'll note the basic iron club, no armor penetration. And we have a flesh cleaver. Perfectly solid melee weapon. Again, with armor pen. And bonus damage to humans, which will be our main opponents here in the early game. We're going to reduce the starving bandit population. Just you wait. Saw some text. Is that from the town? I think that's from the town. Or rather, from the way station. Okay. So we're here. First thing we want to do is check with the shopkeeper. Oh, there they are. They change positions sometimes. Sometimes they're at the counter, sometimes they're in this little corner here. And of course, they don't have the cheap backpack today, which is a problem. We'll sell our little iron club, and we're doing this the hard way. The way where we might have to make multiple trips. Oh, before I get any further into this, let me fix the squad names. Crossbows team, and go to faction, and get a faction name going on. There we go. Otherwise, I'm going to keep noticing those things, and they'll bother me forevermore. Alright, let's creep on in here. Those of you that have seen me play Kenshi before have seen me do this. Just inch there. Still have the blue icon, so we're stealthed. And there's Mr. Robot. About half the time, he can't get out of his own little office here. The other half of the time, we can avoid him, and I'll show you how. If he pursues us. So just right-click on the container. You're going to right-click on the items. It's going to fail a lot. But each time you try, you get another chance. And because the game is paused, he can do nothing. We have used Zawarudo on him. Luckily, there are a lot of repair kits, which we can fit in our inventory. Whether we could fit this one limb. Okay, our inventory is full, and now we're going to sneak away. So see what we did here. He bumped into the door, because we are between, or the door is between us and him. And if he bumps into the door, yeah, it delays him, and then his AI resets, and he goes back behind the counter. The reason we can do this and not have the whole town attack us is the skeleton in there is part of the Skeletons faction, and everyone in the town here is part of Tech Hunters. So they're not going to help out that skeleton. So they're not in his faction. And now we can sell off most of these repair kits, just like that. And we now are rich. We now have 10,000 money. With that, we can proceed. You can get a backpack of some kind to carry our loot. We'll grab these bolts because they're there. And then we have 8,000 left over. We got some bugs here. What else we got? Some mercenaries. And it doesn't look like anyone else is hireable. Basically, if they have gear, you probably can't hire them. Oh, that's plastic surgeon. We don't need that. How about you? Oh. An engineer for 6K. I'll pass, because I'm pretty sure these two wholesome-looking bug guys here, in front of this barrel of gasoline, are hireable. Like someone that can appreciate a good wall. You're talking about walls? Love them. Streak can't stop thinking about walls. They're everywhere. Town walls, building walls, walls and chests, walls of rocks, walls behind walls, shield walls, cell walls, invisible walls, walls between people. Walls around our hearts. Walls between my spouse and I. Walls. Walls are everywhere. Streak, are you okay? This might be a stretch, but can you build walls for me? Can I? I'll build toil and labor all day for the sake of making more walls. He just needs 5,000 money. So we might not be able to get more than one recruit from all of this. He doesn't mind, he's good at it too. All he needs is 5,000 money advance. After all, his service is behind a paywall. Can you fight? Break walls? I don't even. You know what, Streak? Sure. Get randomized. And, let's see here. Your name is... Who do we have in chat? We just have Crow in chat. Well, that's very unfortunate. I have bad news, Crow. You're promoted to Bug. Alright, now we have our second squad member. You know what I haven't bought yet? But I said I needed to buy? First aid kits. So we're gonna grab 2 first aid kits, and a splint kit, and a little med kit there. Okay. So let me go trade with Crow. Give him the flesh cleaver that we got. Basic first aid kit. There we go. Ah, insect life. Yes, Crow, you have been promoted to insect life for Dow. We'll see how long you live, because we are kind of dirt poor, kind of not in a position to buy like armor or anything. Okay, and then have Crow follow Neko. And that kind of settles that. Put the chew sticks in the trader backpack so that she'll share them with the team. And we're good now. We now have a team, 2 characters, and we can go hunting. I don't know why Crow seems to be insisting on being in front of our other character. Oh, dang it. Okay, we're going back. I forgot. There's something else we probably need to buy, if they have them in stock. We could use bedrolls. Otherwise, we're going to be spending a lot of time in downtime, even more so than I would like. Okay. There's a bedroll. And we'll go from there. They only have 1 for sale. That's what we get. Onward. So now we just need to train our combat skills. And how better to do that than to venture into Skinner's Realm and look for packs of starving bandits. That's the plan. Until we are strong enough and rich enough to do other things. For the swarm? Yeah, for the swarm. Exactly. Ha. Yeah, we'll go out, see what we find, who we find, and fight them up. Probably get beaten up a lot at first. We may have to take breaks from combat in order to... What do we got here? Escape servants. Okay, they're no problem. They're basically on our team. But yeah, we may have to take breaks to like go actually earn more funds and buy food and things, but first we go into the desert. And look what we have down there on the bottom right. It is a pack of starving bandits, which is exactly what I wanted. Let's just move Neko's backpack to main inventory. Now, it's still very possible that they can kill us, because we are completely unarmored, just like them. Set Neko to attack one of them. Hopefully we can pull them over one at a time. But if not, and we're going to save here, just in case anything goes horribly awry. There we go. And now we're in combat. How? Yup, immediately down. 4 hits to the chest. This is how it begins. Okay, and we're gonna right-click on her. You don't have a... Oh, okay. That's no good. The medkit needs to be in the main inventory. And yeah. Okay, wait until they're both no longer conscious. Oh, wait. Okay, so Neko is in recovery coma. Crow is playing dead. That's easy. We'll just sneak on over. Do a little healing. We may have to move first aid kits around. We'll see. Okay. Success. Find a flat, kind of high ground spot to build that camp bed. Yeah, then, due to the orders that have been listed, Crow will put Neko in the bed, and there we go. Now we play the waiting game. So that was 8 points of toughness for Crow, and 8 strength, and 3 points for Neko. That's going to kind of be the game. Until we run out of food and need to go back anyway. And in fact, we've eaten all the food. And so we wait. Okay, she's good to move. It would be good, Crow, to be out of the negatives on chest HP at least. And probably heal that leg injury. Although because we're not really carrying any gear, we do move fairly fast. Leg injury or no. So basically we can afford to be out here until our hunger meters start tipping downward. Or until we suffer like a catastrophic injury of some kind. It would be better to have 2 bedrolls, but, well, can't have nothing in the early game. Alright, let's cross over this big flat area. We can heal while we move, to some degree. And the more we move, the faster we build athletics, the faster we can move. But yeah, this very basic loop of go out here, try and train up on bandits. So those campfires over there we want to avoid. If we get stuck next to a camp of bandits, they will just keep beating us up, and we'll keep getting knocked down, and that could end up in something of a death loop, a death spiral. So we're looking for packs of wandering bandits. And on the note of lore, off in the distance there, you might be able to see them. Those little floating things. Those are not birds. They're not graphical aberrations. Those are like spy drones left over from I don't know when in terms of Kenshi's history. I'm not sure. I assume the most recent empire, or whatever form of civilization came after it before we all ended up like this in little warring nations. But they continue to spy and gather information to this day. Where it is sent, no one knows. Or at least I don't know. If you know a ton about Kenshi's lore, please let me know in the comments. I would be very interested to learn more than I already know. And we're going to save this game real quick. As Big Game Hunters. Bam. Alright. And we're off and running. Oh, yep, and there goes downward hunger meter for Crow. Not sure at what point we'll need to turn around. We're going to try and do like a half loop. So my normal pattern is to go across to here, which gets us around these giant rocks. And then we go up through this basin, up into the next one to where kind of the text is here. And that's about the halfway point of travel. And if whatever we find along the way, we'll try and do like one more fight and then turn around. Because we're going to need to go and buy food from somewhere. And since we have a hiver in our party, we can't go to a Holy Nation area. I mean, we could send Neko in, but we can't take the whole team. Which I guess does mean we're playing for the swarm here. And the other interesting thing about that is that, if I remember right, did they get a crossbow bonus? No. What was it that made hivers good for this? Dexterity bonus. So hivers get a 20% dexterity bonus, which means that they can become more efficient at crossbows faster. Although if you're trying to train dexterity, just in terms of time spent, it's better to just use a melee weapon, like a katana or something that goes fast, than to try and train it with crossbow. Luckily, Crow does have that little wakizashi. So once we get rid of the flesh cleaver and get them a crossbow, it'll be better. Do we have anything in here? Okay. Looking for anything that would be particularly valuable. Tools. The book. Gears? I don't remember if gears are particularly valuable. Gears, sell value 100. That's not terrible for what it is. Okay. Fuel. Yeah, fuel is worth 200 sale value. Good. So let's pick up all of the tools. Since we have the trader's backpack, items will stack in it. So we are picking up tools, but then they will form a stack there. Much efficiency. Okay, a few more sets of tools. More thing of gears. All that into the bag. There we go. So we'll at least go somewhat financially positive here. Of course, the items that are in here are not going to respawn, so we can't do this again. Really, the way to make money in this game is combat or cracking into ruins or animal nests. And animal nests will be the plan later. First, we must survive the punishing early game. Ooh, little squad there. Is that same group of Holy Nation outlaws? Escaped servant. It could be. Could be. Okay. So we don't want to wander too close to the holy mines. So that's a fast way to get enslaved. It says there's an animal nest here, but I see no animals. I think the only nest types you get out here are bone dogs or wild bulls. I don't know if wild bulls have nests. But the bad news is we've not encountered another group of starving bandits. And we are still getting hungry. So it is time to turn back and run all the way back down the same route we just came. Even though we're backtracking. Oh wait, what's happening here? Wolf Den has been wiped out by a pack of wild bulls. Okay, this is fortuitous. Because we can slip in here and accidentally hit Shift Tab. You saw nothing. Okay, we're gonna do a little maneuvering of items here. Like that. Okay, so put Crow in charge of carrying the bedroll. These animal hides and the meat are perfect. That means we don't have to go back to town. The reason I always play a Scorchlander at the start is they can eat raw meat. So I don't have to fiddle with the campfire. The other reason I recruit hivers. Hivers don't have to cook their food either. They can eat raw meat. Convenient. So it's kind of my preferred way to start. There is a strategic reason for it. Although we are going to end up full on inventory here. So that itself be a reason to turn around. Not that we couldn't cook this meat later, you know, if we got a character that would eat it, but okay, we can't even carry all this. It's that much stuff. So what we will do is pick up the bodies of these bulls. Because this is strength training. You just carry stuff. I like that. Oh man, can we keep that spinning? Oh man, it was doing circles, which was deeply amusing. But this is going to get us 50% strength EXP for Neko and 33% for Crow. We need a backpack to really properly encumber him. Well, let's carry on. And yeah, go from here. That was a very lucky kind of thing. Levianeer, welcome. Welcome, we're back to Kenshi. I know I started a new run a little while ago, and now we're on another new run, but we're going to stick to this one. I'm going to try and be consistent. I wasn't too far into the previous run anyway, so it'll be okay. But yeah, we have we found a pack of dead bone dogs that have been mauled by wild bulls. We took a bunch of skins and meat and some junk from some ruins. We're going to carry all of that, probably all the way back to the, like, we now have food. We don't have to go back to the way station, but we are going to go back just to unload our inventories. Oh, there it goes. It spins. Look at it spin. Majestic. Love the physics in this game. What few physics there are. Setting a solid goal might help. I do have a solid goal this time instead of just make ninjas question mark, right? So the solid goal this time is we are going to be big game hunters. You've seen me do that kind of gameplay before in the members run from a few months ago, but here we're not going to just hunt beak things with whatever's on hand. We're going to build to hunt every animal type in the game. That means a squad of polearms, a squad of crossbowmen to take down leviathans, and then kind of a baggage train and some human specialized units to deal with the numerous human-type enemies we'll run into. And once we're really good at hunting animals, we're going to go hunt faction leaders. That's the plan. We'll start with Catlon, because he's kind of the default endgame boss, and there are lots of good drops in the Ashlands. That's very far away, though. Like, it's gonna take a while to even get the minimum of the 12 people up. But, yes, there is a plan, there is a definite end goal, there is a definite loss state, which would be losing every squad member, but once I have a few more people, that's gonna be pretty unlikely. But yeah, definite end goal, definite end goal. And it lets me put something in the, like, stream title other than just Kenshi again, right? Or in the, thumbnail. Okay. But yeah, unfortunately, it's going to be a slow walk until we speed up. The strength EXP is going to be worth it. We only have to get strong once on each character. And the more people we have, the more smoothly this will go. So we'll go back, we'll sell. I think we're going to have enough to hire another character. We definitely have enough food that's not going to be an expense. And we've been gone for more than a few in-game days, so the shopkeeper's inventory and stuff should have refreshed. Oop. Is that where I clicked? Okay, there we go. That's the main leg of the journey done. Onward to the way station. But yeah, no, not everything that I stream is going to necessarily have a goal, but the things that I announced in the post on the channel, all of those things that I've started are going to be sort of campaigns in different games that have end goals and loss conditions. Okay. So there is a group of hungry bandits. Now they probably won't steal our meat. Oh, they're gonna fight a bone dog. I'm tempted to fight them. Just for the combat EXP? Ah, the spinning ball. So maybe we'll do that. Then again, let's let them kill that bone dog for us first. Never mind, they got the bone dog. We're gonna hold on to our wild bull corpses and see how this goes. As long as both characters don't get knocked out with chest wounds, we should be fine. Okay, and there is Crow down and Neko down. And he searches our body. They took the meat that was in our main inventories, but not the meat out of the trader's backpack. That's interesting. And they left behind our wild bull corpses, which should... Oh, nope, they took the meat out of the corpses too. Okay. Fair enough, fair play. I'll allow it. Get up. Yeah. Okay. Did they take the meat off of the bone dog? Yes. Very well. Well, there's still loot in our wild bull corpses, so let's grab those. And... oh, you can't carry one with your arm. Okay, can you splint? Maybe not with that arm. No, okay. Well, we're just gonna walk with our little ragdoll arm then. And Crow will carry this weight. Actually, we should probably rest to fix his leg. It's probably the correct play to expedite this. Camp bed. Put down your training weight. And we'll wait on that leg to heal. No, not the meat. Yeah, we only lost some of the meat. NPCs can't steal from backpacks? I feel like I've seen them do it before, but maybe not a trader's backpack? I know if I put the backpack in my main inventory, they can't steal from that because they can't open that part of the interface, but I don't know, it was weird behavior from my perspective. I'm also so used to sticking my backpack in my character's main inventory that oh god, okay. It's been a while. Up on your feet. And I guess we fights again. And that's a stomach down for Neko. She might not get back up from that without help. Is that another giant group? Yeah. Yep, nope, they left the meat behind again. Okay, we'll take it. Playing dead. And recovery coma. Okay. Kind of expected. Oh, hello, wild bulls. How you doing? I got jump scared. Let's go ahead and take that first aid kit. That way we can... yeah, heal up. Okay, new priority, get Neko out of the recovery coma. Then heal up Crow's legs. And Neko's legs. Dang it. But I suppose we are in no rush. Okay, grab... wait, you're gonna need to carry the bedroll. Never mind. You don't need to grab anything else. Maybe the horns will fit. Maybe? You're up. Your move speed is 7. Okay. What I can do, waiting for one character to heal, so we can optimize strength training on the other character. And swing this corpse around in circles. Oh, there it goes. Yep. And wait for crow's legs to heal. Move speed 5, move speed 6, okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, leg injury, 82%. We'll wait a little longer. Even though it pains me. 66%. Okay, let's test here. Can you pick that up? No. Oh, you have space. You can carry the horns. There we go. Now it fit. It is 3 by 5. Okay. Pick up that bone dog corpse. And we're off and running again. At a relatively decent speed. 27 toughness for Bug Crow. 11 toughness for Neko. Okay. We'll take it. Oh, I didn't set myself a timer to remind me to take breaks. How deep in are we? 38 minutes? Okay. Give it 10 minutes more, and then I will step away for 5 minutes or so. There we go. Timer set. So I plan on being here for some hours tonight. That's only going to comfortably happen if I take care of myself along the way. But yeah, the plan is to repeat this loop of going to the way station, coming out here, seeing what kind of trouble we can find, until our group grows in size and we start winning fights against those starving bandits. At that point, we have some freedom of motion to move about the map. Because if we can beat large packs of starving bandits, we can beat dust bandits, which means we can go to a few side areas like the swamp and the Shek Kingdom in relative safety. Then we can worry about making money more so than we're already doing, and then get everyone kind of in their prescribed loadouts. Crossbows, polearms, backpacks, maybe a pet dog or something, we'll see. See how it goes. Oh, yep, just way over there, I see. I think that's our destination. Yeah, that's the way station. See if we can click on it from here and if that'll take us there. And if you see the HUD disappearing, that's me doing that manually. Just to kind of enjoy the backgrounds and stuff more. Or not the backgrounds, but like the landscape. I guess it's technically the background. Oh wait, that's the military base. Our target is far closer than I thought. It's right here. Screwed up my own sense of scale by staring at scenery too much. Okay. We should have more than enough money to pay for beds and get expedited arrest. Alright, we're back. Don't mind these corpses we're dragging in, it's fine. Hey, it looks like the same recruit is still there. So we'll see how much money we make off of this stuff. Just to cut through logs. I might keep one set of tools on me, in case it comes up for its prescribed purpose. Just like I've been keeping that skeleton repair kit for once we start getting fancy skeleton limbs. Still have the splint kit, that's all good. Okay. just finagle that over. So there is... We'll just take the maximal number of bedrolls, 4 bedrolls. I don't think we have fired... Oh, we fired 3 crossbow shots so far. So we're not going to worry about that. Grab a backpack for Crow. Put down our various burdens. Loot them. Good enough. It's going to get us another little chunk of money. Okay. Grab this guy. Fade. Ronin in search of new master. I charge 5,000. You have a deal, friend. We're going to mash randomize all, and then we're going to change your name to Legionnaire. Welcome to the team. Okay. We're going to grab him a medkit. Oh, he has a medkit, but that's okay. Another one won't hurt. I'm debating on backpack. I guess we'll take the backpack. And then we'll give him his basic orders. Medic, find and rescue, and follow the leader. And I think there was... Were you recruitable? How much? 6,000? Okay. I don't think we can afford any of the other potential recruits here. Oh, that's the plastic surgeon. Okay. So, that's that. We could pay for beds, but I think we're good just to run back out. We'll probably be healed by the time we get back out into combat, or be healed enough. So, real quickly, even if I don't anticipate needing the space, why have I bought everyone scavengers bags? Well, one, they're super cheap. They do let us carry more stuff. But it's mainly the combat skills bonus, and you'll see that the bonus is -5. What that means is, of course, that even if they had, say, a combat skill of 10, their effective would be 5. And as you may know, skills in Kenshi level up faster the lower their current number is, and it calculates based off of effective number. So when we're at level 10, we'll be treated as though we're level 5, including an EXP gain. So by the time a character would normally hit 10, we'll be hitting like 13 or 14, I think, due to diminishing returns. I don't have the math memorized. But when you're training up, it's good to give yourself penalties if you can... words. Okay, more clearly. It's good to give yourself penalties if you can afford to. Because it will overall increase the speed of getting up to speed, I suppose. And then once you have your skills and stats where you want them to be, equip gear that gives bonuses, and you'll be stronger than ever before. But your progression will slow down as well. Alright, back out in familiar territory. Our newest recruit. I am tempted to try the Dust Bandit camp. I know the thing about it is we won't win. We would just either die or make a lot of gains in the process. Or both. So let's try and be patient and find another group of starving bandits. The more characters I add, the more swiftly this should go. Not in terms of hitting particular numbers metrics, but in terms of hitting saturation where we start winning because they have sticks and we have swords. Pack of wild bulls, leave them be. Something we can do while we're here is have one party member carry another, because that will count for strength training. And our newest member needs stats. Okay. Kick Neko back to a jog. Oh, that's not going to help. Legionnaire moving at 11. Neko jogging at 13. That's not too bad. I've already talked about the drones lately. They're up there. They're watching. They will be there forever. There are some particular places in the game where you can get pretty close to them and like see their little detailed robot bodies. I feel like maybe it was intended that you would be able to do more with them in-game or something. But maybe not. Who knows? I have no insider knowledge here. I've just played a couple hours of Kenshi before. The other thing with the scavengers baskets is we now have all that space. We could go and scoop up all the loot out of the ruins, even the stuff with bad sale value, but I don't think we're that desperate for cash yet. Alright, let's get through the cloud. And see what we can see on the other side. And last time we were here, we didn't go all the way north. This time we will. Just to maximize our chances of finding a group of bandits. They are out here somewhere. They always are. So we're going to loop to the left, kind of toward Bad Teeth, out toward the lake, and then follow the road north. Levianier says, it feels like such a genuine world. You love the background lore for this game. Yeah, no, it's one of the reasons I've kept playing, is that it feels, even though I've been through all this ground before, it still feels like pretty good to wander around. Part of it is just the not knowing what you're going to get exactly in terms of enemy squads. Like when we stumbled upon the bone dogs fighting the wild bulls earlier, like sure, I've seen that happen before, but because I never know when it'll happen, there's that kind of gambling dopamine rush going on. And despite the limitations of the game's graphics, even many years after it was made, it's still pretty pleasing to look at. Like, if I were a kid, this would have been the pinnacle of what graphics could do at the time, so for me, this is more than enough in terms of detail. And I'm pretty sure we've got the game on, like, medium settings, too. A lot of the sliders say they do things, but it doesn't really feel like some of them have an effect. But good enough. Okay, we're just gonna run up to out there. Oh, another holy mine ruin. We haven't been in this ruin yet. So let's head toward it. And then I'll take a break, and then we will peek in. They have, yeah, gears, building material, book, there's some stuff in there. Okay.